Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Book in the Territory Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hard Body Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Woo, Messi, this is professional wrestler Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people and my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss Booking the Territory. Oh, yeah.
This is a one-man gang. You're listening to Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast, where today we're talking NWA Saturday Night on TBS from April the 2nd, 1988. That's right, we're into April. Man, rolling right along. Doc and I did the Clash of the Champions 1. Last week you got that one on the $5 Patreon tier. Plus, we came off that episode with Dusty brutalizing Tully. But that's neither here nor there. For right now, let me welcome in the two stars of the show. Doc, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Let's go to the ring.
Hopper, how are you, man?
I'm doing great.
That's an inside joke, by the way.
It's an inside joke. But just for the record, so Doc's computer literally died about 30 minutes before we started. He is on his phone, although on the Skype app. So if he sounds a little different, that is why. I just wanted you to know that.
I'm not on the moon, but I may be on a satellite circling the Earth.
Yeah, you sound good.
I always sound good. I look good too, pal.
You see?
It's because it's the Skype app and he's through his Wi-Fi. That's why it sounds so damn good and not through a goddamn cell tower. That's the difference. So anyway, but we just cut a nice little 20-minute long pre-show where Harper read us a filthy meme. It wasn't even a meme. Actually, it was a tweet. But thank you, Harper. We appreciate that. Harper, you doing all right, though, today?
I'm doing great, sir.
That's great, man. I'm glad to hear. So it sounds like Doc wants to get rolling, so we may as well just mention a couple of things. One, special shout-out to our largest patron contributors monthly, who are Disrespectfully Classy, Mark E. Blassie. Doc, by the way, he said he appreciated the promo you tried to cut on him, but other than that, nice try, but it didn't hit the mark. Kyle Riley and Mike Childry, so I wanted to mention that. Couple of shout-outs. So Kevin Carter, longtime listener, signed up and is now a member of the elite and exclusive BTT Army member as a brand new Hall of Fame Patreon member. So thank you, Kevin, for joining not only Patreon, but signing up as a Hall of Famer. Ethan Allen, thanks for bumping up your Patreon. Enjoy the Jim Crockett Promotions pay-per-view, the one we did on the Bunkhouse. Enjoy the Clash of Champions that dropped last week and all the other stuff on the $5 tier as well. And then George Davis, new Patreon member. Thank you, George as well. 200 plus episodes for our patrons up right now. tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT. So Kevin, Ethan, George, thank you very much. We definitely appreciate it. Doc, I told you I had Harper, I didn't tell you this, but I got a story from Ben Morton in our Facebook group. It's it's about Tracy Smothers. So, a lot of times when we first started Smoky Mountain, we would talk about Carl Styles. Remember that, Doc?
Where's Carl Styles? Where's Styles? Where's Dutch? Where's Styles?
Harper, you joined us doing Smoky Mountain late. Do you remember?
That sounds. Who was that? It sounds familiar.
He was the big goofy bastard that stood behind Dutch, and the reason you started Smoky Mountain late was that Mike didn't trust that you would be able to keep a commitment of follow through to do Smoky Mountain, and I had to convince him that you needed to come along for the journey. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Well, first off, that's a lie. Thanks, Harper. I thought you remember. But anyway, he was a goofy bastard. But anyway, so Ben sent me a story about Carl Styles and Tracy Smothers that I had no clue about. And then he also told me another story because our Tracy Smothers interview up on the Facebook page was getting some traction. And he said, reading all the Tracy Smothers tweets reminds me of when he was wrestling Carl Styles here in Murphy, North Carolina. Carl said he was getting a partner after Tracy and Chris Michaels jumped in, like they had jumped him. Tracy got on the mic and said, "Go get Robert Gibson. You can be called the Lookouts. One can look one way and the other can look the other."
Because Styles had a glass eye, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what Ben said. Carl has a glass eye, and of course, we know Robert had one too. So then Bobby Murray on the Facebook group chimed in and said, Ricky Morton said on an interview back in the day, he always let Robert drive because he was safe. He was always looking in both directions.
That's nice.
Oh.
That's his partner that said that.
Jeez.
Come on.
So one more from Ben, and this is related to the first story. So Ben was saying a good follow-up on just the Carl Styles and Tracy Smothers thing. He says, we were in a bar WrestleCade weekend the year of the Smoky Mountain reunion. I think that was 2017. He says it was him and his buddy. He didn't want to mention the buddy's name. He calls him Scribe. So his friend Scribe runs into Tracy, and Scribe says, this is my friend Ben from the mountains. Evidently, that's a running joke. He says, mountains of where I stay. I'm from the west end of North Carolina, he says. You know where Carl Styles is from. And then he says, unfortunately, yes. He says, Tracy says, that fucker still owes me money. You see one eye lately? And I said, no, sir, I haven't seen or heard from him since he stopped running shows. Tracy grins and says, I like Carl, but he is a money mark, and he fucked up a lot of people, man. So evidently, Carl Styles owes Tracy Smothers money to this day. And, as cool as Tracy is, that's kind of messed up, man. So anyway, interesting stuff. So when we asked Doc where's Styles, and Dutch would say that, maybe that's why he never showed back up.
Yeah, remember that.
Carl Styles was also a jobber on our NWA Saturday nights when we first started. So there's your tie-in.
Do you, Harper, you said you remember when Dutch was saying that? Where's Styles? Where's Styles? Or
yeah, because he was standing like in the back, and he just kind of, he didn't do anything, and then he disappeared.
He disappeared, and it was gone. Right.
You just like, I don't know, bro. And that's about the time you started seeing some of those guys disappear with that, like Barry Horowitz. He kind of disappeared. Yeah. And Koloff and his fucking Russian cousin, whoever the fuck that guy was.
Jesus Christ, that guy.
Yeah, remember that?
Ben Jordan, yeah. Tommy Angel.
Yeah.
Well, Tommy Angel still pops up every now and then, though.
No, he doesn't. He hasn't been in Smoky Mountain in a year and a half.
Yeah.
It's been that long?
Shut up.
Yep.
That's right. He's been on Saturday night, though.
Yeah.
All right, Doc. You ready to go to the ring?
I've been ready, actually.
All right, y'all. So
I'm already starting to get a little tired here, so we might want to.
We're going to do April 2nd, 1988, Saturday night on TBS. The inside joke is Doc always wastes about 20 minutes of the show. I don't say waste. That's not a good way to put it. Doc always gets his flips and dives and his spots in on the first 25 minutes. And when we get to about 60 to 70 minutes, he's all tuckered out. He's texting me, bro, we got to wrap up. I'm getting tired. I'm falling asleep. but he's the main one at the very beginning who we can't even get the show started because of him. So that's the inside joke, everyone.
Oh, guess who turned 50?
Random. Go ahead.
Jennifer Lopez.
And that makes you want to
fucking just, but the rest of you just bitches got to step up, man. Because she's 50 years old and she looks better than a chick that's 25 fucking years old.
What would you do to her, Harper?
Everything. Every goddamn thing. Fuck, I'll be nervous. God.
That bad, huh?
That ass. Damn.
All right, man. Calm down over there. All right. We'll get started. April 2nd, 1988. The show starts. We get a replay of Dusty attacking Jim Crockett again, along with Tully. They remind us that Barry and Lex are the new NWA World Tag Team Champions, as Doc and I discussed on the Clash of Champions. So if you want to hear more about that, become a patron. Other than that, that's all that goes down in the very opening. Right after the opening of the show, it cuts into the studio, and Tell you what, I'm going to hit the little fast-forward gimmick and get us to J.J. Dillon, who is out there cutting a promo because he's mad.
Mr. James J. Dillon, leader of the Four Horsemen. I know there's been meetings all week with the NWA Board of Directors.
Well, Tony, I have a very, very busy week, and of course, you've already mentioned a situation unfolded here right in front of our very eyes in this very studio 1 week ago. And the NWA Board of Directors have been meeting not only once but on several occasions this week and in various cities around the country. As soon as one meeting breaks up, a day or so later, they get together again in another city. And it's obvious we've got a very delicate situation here that they're having trouble deciding how they're going to handle. The problem I'm having is I had tapes made, sent to everybody. Nobody wants to meet with me one-on-one. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say because I'm very definite in my opinions about the situation that took place. But I can already read between the lines that there's a lot of differing opinions among the board of directors, because here on one hand is a man that was 3 times world champion, a standard bearer, if you would, for the NWA, the man that everybody looked up to, the epitome, and this same man finally succumbed to the pressure. He finally snapped, he finally cracked, and of all places for it to happen, unfortunately, was right here on national television. So unfortunately, there are a few people, I'm sure, in the NWA that would like to try and somehow maybe bend over backwards for the American dream, but it was so graphic and so violent right here and in national television, the NWA just cannot close their eyes to it. And even though there hasn't been a final vote, I can feel it's coming pretty soon, and I'm confident I'm going to keep staying with them, I'm going to keep following them, and I'm sure when the final vote comes down, something awful harsh is going to befall the American dream, Dusty Rhodes.
All
in
right.
fact, I'm going to come back later today, and I want the tape shown one more time, just in case a few of those people might have missed the copies I sent to them.
All right, well, I think I would agree with that. We do need to take a look at that situation one more time, fans, and we will. But right now, let's go to the ring.
Gonna be a running theme on this episode, talking about what needs to happen with Dusty. Harper, what are your thoughts?
Bro, JJ just said, look, I got this shit. I can get this shit over. And he just fucking... He grabbed the wheels to the car and he's fucking driving this shit. This is him shining like we haven't seen in quite some time. Just standing there by himself. He's definitely getting this shit over.
Yep. Doc, what you got?
I mean, shit, he's on retainer to, like, drink booze and get pussy with him. But this is the time when you need a guy like J.J. Dillon to do his thing.
Yeah, I can't add anything. I just want to see how this thing all shakes out. But that's going to be a theme in this show. Guys cutting promos, talking about what needs to happen to Dusty. So let's put that out there. All right, we go to the first match. We got the Fantastics. They defeat Alan Martin and Keith Steinborn. Doc, you got anything from it?
9:30. Tommy Rogers missed his part of that double drop kick.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Let me get to it. I'm at 9:18.
I think he misses the whole thing.
Yeah. I was trying to be nice. Mike banged rats with him once.
Close enough.
He completely whiffed.
Steve Reich.
Well, you know what it looked like, Harper? It looked like Bobby hit the guy, and the guy went flying, and then he just was out of Tommy's way at that point, and that's why Tommy whiffed.
Right. I don't like that move. It just looks so... You can just tell the guy's not throwing them.
The rocket launcher?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Said anything
I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good when Eaton sticks it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He's landing in there.
Well, you ain't lying. Bobby barely touches him. He's just flying off. Yeah. The Fantastics obviously win with the rocket launcher. I like the fact that they're mocking the heels, though. I mean,
I do too.
The heels something get riled up.
Man, I'm telling you, this feud coming out of the Clash has still got legs, and I'm into it, man.
Well, yeah, because they really didn't settle anything at the Clash,
and they're pissed at each other, and they're beating the hell out of each other, and they're talking about it. Okay.
Yeah. What you got, Harper?
And you have two fresh faces, like
that
literally,
hurt.
Right? Two new people that you really haven't seen before.
Is that what you've been so busy, Harper? You've been out scouring the indies for new talent for House of Harper.
Yeah. You want to join?
No, I know that my ring days are behind me.
I tried getting Mike to join, and he's like, yeah, I can't.
I'm a member, but in spirit only. But
Yeah.
I heard Mike ran the ropes down in New Orleans a couple weeks ago. It got blown up so bad that y'all had to get that ambulance that was there to come check on him.
He got blown up just getting out the car.
Yeah, he was there. You could hear him in that recording you did of Tracy. He's trying to laugh and he's blown up still. It's just a disaster.
Nice.
Fat ass with a dumb hat.
Are y'all done?
Are y'all done?
No, I actually had to stop myself because I almost said something.
What?
What you told me right before we started.
Oh.
No, I almost said something
All right.
that I can't say. Anyway, I can still draw a house, Harper.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. I can. All right. Tommy and Bobby cut a promo. I don't have anything from it. Doc, do you?
I thought it was just hey, nothing's settled. We're still going to get in there. Good babyface promo.
Yeah.
Nothing special. We're here for the shit talking, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
we're here for. Let's be real. Let's be real. We're here for the heels.
Mostly. Would you agree, Harper?
Yes.
So we go from Bobby and Tommy cutting their promo, talking about the feud with Jim Cornette and his team, to Sting defeating Big Bear Khali, who Harper and I both thought that was Scott Norton the first time we saw him. We were like, "Is that Scott Norton?" I mean, when I say first time we saw him, when we were rewatching this, because you see it, and it's like, wait, who is that? Anyway, Sting wins. Harper, any thoughts?
No.
Not really much to talk about. Doc, what about you? Sting is your favorite.
I thought, okay, so we're coming off the heels of Sting doing a really good job at the Clash. If you're a patron, you heard me put him over. But I thought both of these guys did not have their best day out there.
Who's Sting? When?
With Big Bear Khali, just then.
It's the Big Bear Khali. He's the reason.
He looked like he had forgotten how to run the ropes.
Yeah, it's not Sting, and it's the Big Bear Khali. He's like a fucking statue. He can't move.
And let's be clear, Doc and I did the Clash. Sting and Rick went out there for 45 minutes, and Doc, we talked about that match for maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah, I come on here and I'm hard on Sting because he's not my favorite wrestler by a long stretch. Did I put him over in that match?
Oh yeah, we both did.
Because I call it like it is.
It's hard not to. You watch that match and you see what they saw in Sting at that point.
I told you during the Clash, the Crockett's had to be in the back just figuring out where they could buy some money printers when they saw that match.
Yep. Well, Doc, I do need to play part of Sting's promo at least, because it's so ridiculous. This is coming off the Clash, remember, where he went 45 minutes with Rick.
Hey, some people are calling you champ. Guess what you did to Flair?
I hate to interrupt. I know Flair and all that. Guess what kind of a mood I'm in first? Nothing short of outrageous. Oh yeah, because I do have Ric Flair's number. You know what I mean, Dillon Crockett?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, guess what, Nature Boy? It's just a matter of time now. Just that far away. Can you get a close-up that far, Nature Boy? Maybe tomorrow night in the Omni. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for another 45 minutes? What about 60 minutes? I'll be ready in the Omni. You can bet you know what on that. How about Twin Towers? Guess who was standing tall in Greensboro?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, guess what, Arnold Tully? No more belts for you punks anymore. Barry and Lex, Twin Towers, new tag team champs. St. Martin. Everybody behind the Stinger is St. Martin. Woo! I'm ready for you. Are you ready for me?
All right, I stopped it because now he's about to start talking about how Dusty is not guilty and Dusty was right in his actions by beating Tully with the bat. Doc, did you love that when he said, guess what kind of a mood I'm in? How? Didn't you love that, Doc?
Well, you didn't think I was going to have a complete reversal on the stinger, did you? This is why, over the long haul, I'm not a fan.
Okay. What about Harper?
Just typical Sting promo.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, look at him. There he is.
Wow.
You know, he just did his woo. All right, Hans, I'll see you later. Burn, 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 burn.
All right.
Boy, this is all tough talk, but you know Harper was painting his face up like fucking Sting in 1989.
Oh yeah. Fuck, I was a big. I mean, fuck yeah, man.
But hey, you know what? You grew out of it, just like acne and coming in your pants too soon.
Oh, do we really cry at that? I mean, let's be honest.
You heard what he said, Doc?
Yes.
Do we really grow out of that? Let's be honest.
I mean, let's be honest. Have you ever? When was the last time you completely controlled that?
Today?
Yeah, no, but like in that situation, it's okay. I'm going to climax in 1 minute and 20 seconds. You just got to kind of halfway fucking aim it and just hope you hit it. You know, it's not.
Wait,
it's like a bottle rocket. It's not laser guide. You just kind of point and you gotta kind of hope you hit it. You can't really control it.
I'm confused.
Doc, please follow up.
I don't even know what question to ask next.
Starting to wonder if Harper's drunk, man.
Yeah.
Okay. He was busy at work all day. I guess we got the answer what he was busy doing. We will keep the show moving. Arn and Tully versus Lex and Barry. They show the finish of this match for the NWA World Tag Team titles. This is from the Clash, so this is not obviously happening this week. This is the finish from the Clash when Lex and Barry won the titles. So I don't really have anything from it. Harper, you didn't join us for the Clash, but you got anything you want to say about this as you watched it?
I mean, the fucking crowd's way into this shit. I mean, look at all them people jumping up and down.
Yeah, this is pretty damn good. I mean,
yeah.
I don't want to re-record what Doc and I said right now, but we were pretty high on this thing.
There goes JJ. You're thinking, oh, this is it. Wrong.
And then he dives in desperation, like, okay,
right.
I gotta get in there, and he completely misses, and then they win the titles, and it was over. And new champions, new NWA World Tag Champions.
And the crowd loved it.
Look at him, Harper.
Look at that. Guess like they won the Super Bowl. Who acts like that now when they win the tag team title?
They shake hands and then go tweet each other. They go tweet each other, great match.
Right.
Thanks for the match on Twitter. You know what? You had it right a couple of weeks ago. And the Army had it right, too, when you were talking about GameStop employees infiltrating our wrestling. Then the Army got involved and tried to get Corny to listen to it. Corny needs to hear that.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Doc. I need to make a mention to everybody out there on Twitter in our Facebook group. I need you to go to our YouTube channel, and I want you when you go to the channel, I'm gonna try to find the name of the video. The name of the video was, give me a second, pulling it up. Hardbody Harper goes off on wrestlers who look like GameStop cashiers. Corny didn't get it this week, but I need y'all to go get that and tweet it to Corny again and say, Corny, you gotta listen to this. Again, Hardbody Harper goes off on wrestlers who look like GameStop cashiers. We got to get Corny in on this so he can hear that and hear Harper's greatness. I do agree. It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have anything from Barry and Lex's promo, Harper.
No?
Do you?
Dude, this is the most we've seen Lex fucking move around.
Boy, I don't know if I want to hear it, but you should play it on the back screen, man. Look at how much charisma he's trying to throw down here.
He looks genuinely excited.
Yeah.
Because he's the tag team champion. No one does that anymore. Now they get a belt. and they take a picture of it and they put it on fucking Instagram.
Not everybody.
I mean, shit.
The Briscoe brothers ain't doing that shit. Harper, I don't know if you've been watching these promos that they tweet, but there was a promo not too long ago out at the chicken ranch that the Briscoes cut where Mark Briscoe pulled out a pistol and shot it in the air.
No.
They don't give a single flying fuck about anything. It is their promos are raw, dude. They don't give a shit.
We literally need to do like a Patron episode where we just go through their Twitter feed and listen to their promos. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that'd be fucking great. But yes, my exact note was here. Look at all that personality from Luger, and I wasn't being sarcastic.
Well, he made one statement in that promo, which was actually to me made the promo, as he was showing all this enthusiasm that Harper's talking about. He made one statement that was, there is life after the Horseman, as he was celebrating and like, you know, holding up that belt. It was one of his better ones, just the way he was acting. I mean, he's the mannerisms.
He's gonna regret that.
Let's not get into spoilers yet. But the what I didn't like about this is then it was back to, after all that enthusiasm, they start, you know, Dusty was right in his actions and he didn't do anything wrong. And so I figured out at this point, okay, this is the episode where all the baby faces are going to come out here and say, Dusty's a saint. He's an angel. He did nothing wrong. That's what Luger's talking about right here as we're watching it. But to Harper, your point, what else you got to say about it, Harper? I know he was good. He was very animated.
He's excited. Yeah, he's almost heelish as he says how there's fucking life after the Horseman. Like, screw you. Look what we did. Look what we have now.
We got the titles.
Yep.
I wonder how long they're going to keep them, Doc.
About 3 more weeks.
That's it. Come on.
Well, with that said, they are very excited. You know who's very excited too? Let's go to Ric Flair right now.
Jesus
Here
Christ.
Now, the leader of the Four Horsemen, the World Heavyweight Champion, Ric Flair. Sting took you to the limit. 45 minutes, it was all that you could handle, Rick.
You gotta hate it, don't you, David Crockett?
Oh, yeah.
Luger's gotta hate it. Barry Windham's gotta hate it. The whole world's gotta hate it. But the bottom line is, if you want to see some real bad apples in the wrestling ring, you had to be with us live Sunday afternoon. And unfortunately, the baddest apple of them all just happened to OD on Power Formula 1, and Power Formula 2 stayed up all night with 5 women. All night. Got in that limousine, jetted my way over to Greensboro Coliseum, looking, keep in mind, as only I can look. I walked that aisle, women screaming, the penthouse pet died beside herself. And then, because Sting was at his very best, I wrestled 45 minutes, non-stop, to a draw, only to have 2 geniuses and 1 idiot rule it a draw and give me the title back. The bottom line, once again, is Slick Rick, Space Mountain, if you may, has written another chapter in his book. He has proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that he can stay up all night long with the help. Right there. You want to know how I do it? Right there. I'm the world champion. And I'm the best there is. And for all you punks out there, like Magnum TA, and let's face it, Magnum, you, my friend, bowed up pretty bad last week. Tried to make a little bit of a comeback on your own. You got slapped. And then Dusty Rhodes. Oh, let me regain my composure. Dusty Rhodes the legend, a man who has had the honor and the distinction of wearing this. A man who has been called one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Came out here in a multi-million-dollar television studio and almost cost Jim Crockett his wrestling license with Ted Turner. Now, you know, that really bugs me because I like all of you idiots out there to have to put up with me each and every week. So, Dusty Rhodes, keep in mind that all my financial resources are at James Dillon feet because we want you out of this business. We want you out of this sport. We want you gone. And brother, for jumping on Tully Blanchard, you, my friend, are history. One more name. Please let me tell it one more time. During that 2.5-hour magnificent program, a guy named Steve Williams had the audacity to call my name in front of David Crockett. You're an idiot once again, in front of 5 million homes. That's right. The whole world was watching Ric Flair. And Steve Williams, you are like Sting, you're like Wyndham, you're like Luger. Until I decide to go somewhere and lay down, I'm going to be the man. So, Doc, come and get it, pal. But remember, it's a lot easier to get on than it is to get off. Monday, I'm going to be in St. Martin.
Oh,
JJ,
yeah, me too.
break. St. Martin's, all the women will be there. Ric Flair, JJ, we will be there. Woo! All night long. Woo! Here, I had some girls tell me you need these bad.
Thank you, Rick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the ring.
All right, Doc, you were laughing, man. What you got?
So their champion is saying, you know, say your prayers and eat your vitamins. Our champion's out there talking about banging 5 broads and basically chewing pharmacy-grade methamphetamine. So there's that. You know, Rick, especially later on, Rick would have the thing on Nitro with Bischoff where he bit his tongue and he was bleeding from his mouth. Later on, he's probably cotton mouth from the night before, and he would eat those pills, and those pills got stuck in his mouth. He was still spitting around on them a couple of minutes later. He was struggling with those pills.
He was.
But dude, your champ's out there talking about nailing 5 broads. He's chewing pills that haven't been tested by the FDA.
Yeah, he basically said that. He's like, I banged 6 women after the Clash. I was like, holy shit.
And the Dusty part, okay. But then he's like, you know, all you and Dr. Death, you and all your buddies, that's great. But until I decide I'm done, that ain't how this is going to go. Bro, that's good stuff. And then he has a heart attack because he's getting to go to the spring break activities. Look out.
Jesus Christ. Imagine Ric Flair fucking spring break.
In 1988.
Oh, God. He don't give a fuck what camera's on him.
Ain't no social media
Twitter.
back then, pal.
Yeah,
right. No social media. Can you imagine the nastiness?
Imagine they got like the fucking Bud Light presents the what t-shirt contest or whatever. And the guest will be fucking Ric Flair as the guest judge.
That turns into a gangbang real quick.
Yep. And he bangs a couple of Becky's and Karen's co-eds from fucking, local directional college, fill in the fucking blank.
That have teenage that have teenage daughters that are about to graduate from high school that have no idea that their mom fucking was part of a train with Nature Boy.
Yeah, right. When she was going to Southwestern State fucking whatever.
They were out there living their best life.
Yeah.
But they have a batting average of a relief pitcher.
Her and her sorority sister got impaled by the Nature Boy.
I don't think people realize, I mean, because even back then, so nowadays everybody's got not only a camera in their pocket, but a means to get that picture out to the world. Even if you had a camera back then, you had no means of dispersing it to the world.
Right.
So there may have been pictures of Rick doing scandalous things like this, but there was no way it was going to get out because there was no medium to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, everybody's got it in their pocket. Take a picture and they can send it around the world in 6 seconds.
Yeah, fuck that. I know. Like, do they got homeless people walking around with like a $30 smartphone that can just get a picture of you doing something and just send it around the world in fucking 30 seconds? Isn't that fucking crazy?
It's nuts. It's nuts.
When you really think about it.
It really is. I mean, the world is so different. Harper, what did you have? Oh, wait, I just realized something. The Viagra pills are still on the podium with David.
Oh yeah, they stay around.
Okay, Harper, let me ask you a question. What did you have from Rick right there before we move on?
I mean, be honest, I kind of forgot about Dr. Death. I assume he's the UWF is dissolved away, right?
Yeah, he cut a promo. He cut a promo at the Clash that was pretty bad. We buried it.
Oh.
Yeah, he did. Harper, he was like trying to call out Rick. Like, I don't want to say call him out, but he was cutting a promo where he was trying to, say he wanted a piece of Rick. And that's why Rick right here basically says, Dr. Death, shut your mouth. Until I decide to go somewhere and lay down, it ain't happening. But, he was just doing his job, but Doc's promo at the Clash was like Doc over here just said, it was less than stellar.
Well, he was in Japan?
Sure.
Yeah. No, he was. He did go to Japan.
Yeah, but he also said at that promo that he had been in the gym, too. So apparently he'd been in a Japanese gym.
Yeah, well, in the world's, what's it called? Gold's Gym.
I guess. Yeah, no, I know he went to Japan. And then, because he makes like one appearance either at the beginning of January with the UWF belt, and then you never see it again. It's done at that point. It's over, and that's it. So he was gone. But Harper, anything else from Rick? I thought Rick was stellar.
Well, you know what I liked is that he brings up a point. Is like he could have lost. Crockett could have lost his goddamn wrestling license because of you doing this. I mean, you could have fucked us all over. We could have lost a fucking TV spot because you can't control your fucking anger. What the fuck?
Thanks a lot, Booker, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I said the same thing last week. That's why I went off. Dusty's it's a criminal act. I don't care how you slice it.
Somebody stop the murder on TV.
What do you think they do to monkeys in Malaysia? No, I mean, seriously.
Ugh. Imagine where those fingers have been.
Wow, Harper. I'm not going to say that's a
No, like I'm just saying. You know how dirty the average person's hand is. Imagine a fucking little kid like that, how dirty his fucking hand is.
Been in his ass and his
nose.
digging
his ass, picking his nose, picking up fucking dead animals on the fucking sidewalk and shit.
Wait, what?
Fuck you, bro. There was always that fucking kid that was, if there was a dead bird or something, they used to pick it up and try to chase you around with it.
Bro, he's not lying. We had to do stuff as kids to amuse ourselves that our kids would never do. Playing in dirt outside.
Right. There was always one asshole that would like go beyond where they would pick up a fucking dead bird and like chase everyone around with it. Everyone's running around screaming. And there was always that fucking one kid that was like a total bitch that would lose his fucking mind and start crying. And it's like, okay, this one's my fucking bitch. It's like a lion picking the wildebeest that's fucking got the limp. And that's the one that he's gonna focus on. There was always the kid that was the biggest bitch out of all of them, and then he was the one that he would throw the dead bird on, and the kid would lose his fucking mind and fucking run inside crying. Then his mom would come out screaming.
Oh, the 80s.
The 80s. I mean, that
Harper, Harper, let me tell you something. It ain't like that out there anymore, man.
Hell no. If you did that now, that kid's mom would make a fucking Facebook video. Oh my fucking God. My child was bullied. There's this child apparently comes from a broken home, picked up a dead bird and threw it at my little Johnny. And my little Johnny has anxiety issues that he has to deal with, and this just makes it worse. Something has to be done with the bullying. This is just so uncalled for. And then the shit would get picked up by who? Some local news asshole would fucking grab it and fucking share it. Isn't that fucking crazy? Because that's exactly what would happen.
So are you advocating bullying?
I'm just saying it's not that bad.
Oh.
I mean, it fucking happened. So some kid called you an asshole. So what are you going to do now?
So what you're saying is that the WWE can quit their anti-bullying campaign, right?
They should.
They should.
Only reason
That's
they
true.
do it for fucking PR. It's just like everything else. It's all about PR. How do we look to people? How do we look to please the fucking sponsors, Snickers and Pepsi, fucking Diet Pepsi and Chevrolet? How do we look in their eyes?
I'm just trying to let Harper finish and get it all out.
And that's
Capitalism's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, no, huh?
All right. The Sheepherders defeat Rocky King and Larry Stevens, and then the Sheepherders cut a promo with Johnny Ace. Hey, don't get it too attached to Johnny Ace. I think his time is eventually is about to come to an end. I think we're going to get Rip Morgan shortly with the Sheepherders. So
yeah, I keep waiting to see them kind of disappear.
Let's do it.
Well, Rip Morgan comes in before they disappear, but yeah, the Sheepherders, Johnny Ace's run with them is about to end. Arn just beat the piss out of Art Pritz. I'm sure y'all watched it while Harper was cutting that promo. If you're a Patreon member, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. But Arn beat the hell out of Art Pritz. Did you have anything from that, Harper?
Nah.
Doc, you?
He's got blonde hair.
Who? Arn Anderson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Maybe he was in the fucking sun and his hair got bleached.
Maybe he tripped and fell. Maybe he tripped and fell in a vat of hydrogen peroxide.
Just wait till the end of April. Doc, I already sent Doc a clip of it. Not a clip, but of actual like screen grab of it. Arn cuts a promo at the end of April where he looks as ridiculous as you'll ever see him. And I can't wait for us to get there so Harper can just go off.
Yeah.
And when I say go off, I mean in a good way. He looks so Doc, just from the screen grab, how ridiculous did he look?
Pretty bad.
It's great. We'll get there in a few weeks. Let's go to Arn now and hear his promo after his match, see what he's got to say, where he's having church again.
All right, now, wait a minute. Arn, come here. Now you're mad. Why didn't you get mad before? Did you have to lose the titles to get mad? What's wrong?
And your usual crowd-pleasing, public opinion aligning, you want to think I'm mad. What you just saw is called intensity. Last week, I took a beautiful woman to Honolulu, Hawaii, and I sat on that beach and I pooled my thoughts. I trained at the World Gym in the morning, and I thought all week, what would a man give to be in my shoes? Be the World Tag Team Champions, fixing to face the toughest match of his entire career. I get home, and my recorder is jammed with calls from JJ, from Ric Flair, and Tully Blanchard.
on the eve of the most important match of my career, David. The most important. They said Dusty Rhodes has come out on national television with a 36-ounce Henry Aaron and whacked everybody that moved in the head. That to me is a criminal act. It's immoral, and the one thing I hate, worse than anything for Tully, who took the brunt of the beating along with your brother, I might add, is all those kids and all those senior citizens that always stood behind him and said, he's the American dream. Whatever he does is okay. When we do it, it's a criminal act. Well, Rhodes, what you've done, we demand. Have some satisfaction in Luger Wyndham. For one brief time in Greensboro, for one short 1, 2, 3, you're a little better than us, so you should be happy. But you just remember, David Crockett, nobody said anything for those 365 days we were champions and won every night. Nobody said what happens if you lose. Keep in mind, 365 versus 1 loss is a good record. We'll be back for you. Don't ever make the mistake of turning your back on the Horsemen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, the Road Warriors.
Tell me where he lied, Harper.
He didn't. He can't fuck up, huh? Everything he does is fucking perfect.
I mean, it's self-explanatory, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, where'd he go wrong?
Doc, where'd he lie?
Wait, what? No, he didn't. Why does he need to lie, man? When he said that he gets back and gets phone calls and first of all, it's so complete. He probably really was out at the beach because he looks tan, his hair's light. I mean, it's all part of the story. I just need Tully to come out later. Tully needs to come out with a neck brace on and be like, I'm fucked up.
Like an attorney.
Yes. They need Robert Q. Harmon to come out with him and just play a lawyer. Stephen P. New, where are you?
Bro, he said his exact words were, when we do it, it's a criminal act. But when he does it, he's the dream.
No, and then he kept going and said, I just feel bad for the kids and the senior citizens. Whoa.
He ain't lying though, man. This is some real stuff, bro. Let's everybody wants to say, why do y'all talk about it like it's real? Do you listen to Arn Anderson and Ric Flair every week like we do? That's why. There's not a doubt in my mind. Because Arn, the thing with Arn right there is it's logic. There's not 1 ounce of any lies. He is being he's angry, but it's logic. When you do it, it's a criminal act. But when we do it, I'm sorry, when we do it, it's a criminal act. But when you do it, it's just the American dream. What? Nah. Anything else, Doc, before we keep going?
That was fantastic, and Rick was fantastic. Gee.
Yeah.
I was sitting there, and you've got it teed up for the Road Warriors. Man, I was thinking to myself, why can't Animal take off the mask for his promos? But then he showed us.
Yeah, let's go to the Road Warriors now and hear what they got to say. Coming off, their match with the Dream, the 6-man match that they had, barbed wire match at the Clash.
Gentlemen, the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, Paul Ellering.
Hello, David Crockett. Everybody was saw what happened last Sunday on this great superstation. Powers of pain. You hit me in the eye with a chin. You tried to put my eye out again. I had to go back to the doctor. And I had to get checked up. And you know what the doctor said? I don't need to wear this no more. My eyes are 100%. You can't do nothing to hurt me again. Now, our mind is on a Jim Crichton Senior Memorial Cup. We don't care who it is. Dusty, you're a good man. We're putting you aside. We have to have only 2 men on the team, not 3. It don't matter who we wrestle, who it is, Barry or Lex, Powers of Pain, Anderson and Blanchard. We're going to win that money in the Jim Crichton Memorial Cup. Tell them, brother.
Hey, we're seated 3rd But as far as we're concerned, forget about that. We see ourselves number one. Why? Because that's the way we like it. I'll tell you something, David Crockett, all I've heard is not how they're seated and who's worried about where they're seated. What I've heard is, God, I hope we don't get the Road Warriors in round one, because we won't make it to round two. Or, boy, I hope we don't get the Road Warriors in round two, because we won't make it to round three. Well, you got that right. You get against us, and you won't make the next round. We're going to be there to the end. So, do we care? Yeah, we care. We care a lot about the Crockett Cup. Do we care who we wrestle? Ginny Crack Corn, we don't care. Tell him, Paul.
You know what, David, I think
The only thing that's going to stop them from winning the Crockett Cup is Dusty's booking. But, Harper, what do you have?
Man, Hawk's fucking great, huh?
Jesus Christ, he is.
Yeah, Hawk's fucking awesome.
That intensity is just remarkable.
We don't give a fuck what our spot is. We're still going to destroy everybody.
He's a badass. Doc, what do you have?
Yeah, I mean, he's just, and it's probably chemically aided, but he is just pulsing out there, man. It's just throbbing, if you will.
Anything else?
Do you want to face him in the Crockett Cup?
No, I don't want to face him doing anything.
No, they don't play nice.
He's so intense, man.
They're
always
bullies.
go back to.
I need my mom to go send. I need my mom to go send him a Facebook letter to calm down.
Yes.
You remember when Kevin Owens was talking crap to that kid and the mom like tweeted out, "Oh my God, he was bullying my kid."
Okay, so
WWE live event.
So I need you to look at 48-32 in this match.
48-32.
This when he grabs the guy's tit?
I don't know if he grabs his tit, but he's punishing the crap out of him.
All right, so there we go. He's cranking back on it.
But look at this shit. Look at that. Fuck you, asshole.
That's just...
He should just give up right there.
I thought he was going to.
Right, so did I. I'm thinking this has to be it. Nah.
Yeah. And they talk about it too. They're like, he's got him stretched back and he's got him in this and he's back. I mean, first of all, my left knee would explode at that point, just getting into that position. And then, everything else. Jesus.
Ronnie Garvin. He slapped.
So I don't understand some things they talked about during this match, though. So Magnum is hanging out with Sting and Ron Garvin, managing them or coming out with them for the cup or something. Man, I would have had Sting hanging out with Lex and Barry right now so that he could be asking them, like the angle could be, okay, you guys beat the Horsemen. Show me how to do it.
I can't explain the discussion during the match.
So I don't know where it just feels like Ron Garvin is not getting the respect a former NWA champion should get. I don't know.
No.
Well, we're not far from the heel turn, I believe, and then he's gone.
Yeah.
And when I say not far, I mean I don't
3
mean
months.
like it's I don't mean it's next week or next month.
No, that's Wyndham.
Right, but we're not far from it.
You ruined it.
Yeah, sorry.
We're not far from it, so I don't know. I couldn't answer that question, Doc. Did you have anything else from that match, though, Hopper?
No, just he fucked those two guys up.
Yeah, he did what he does.
Then he had the abdominal stretch on the other guy, kept grabbing his tit.
Maybe he was trying to milk him.
So foul. Y'all got anything from Ronnie Garvin's promo, Harper, to you?
No, it's just Sting and fucking Garvin. What?
Yeah.
Okay. Who canceled?
Fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Who fucking canceled?
Damn. Harper.
Well,
I mean, here's the thing. If I was his fucking brother, Jimmy, I'd be like, hey, you know, what am I, chopped liver asshole?
Jimmy's got his angle though, and he cuts a promo about how much he loves his woman, and you know that's a babyface promo for the bitches out there. But fucking, so he's got something with the Varsity Club. Sting's going for the title. We can't figure out something for Ron Garvin to do.
No.
Jeez.
Well, in the Varsity Club, I'm going to play that later because that's good.
Right. But so what that means is you put the strap on Ron Garvin and it meant nothing.
Yeah.
Because you didn't go, because you always say this, Mike. You always say this when I have an idea. So that's great. What do you do next? Well, with him, they didn't do anything.
It's true. It's true. Harper thinks just like me with that because I've heard him say it before. Harper, how many times have you heard a fan or somebody you know and they go, you know what y'all should do? This.
Yeah.
And then what's your response? Okay, what next?
Right. Okay, now what?
So, because Mike gave me that last week, because I said my idea would be on the first AEW show, Corny would lay out the Bucks and Omega, the lights would come on, and he'd be standing in the ring, standing over him with his racket. So Mike goes, okay, but what do you do after that? Well, he gets Cody and Dustin and Jericho and all the old guys, and they're like, we're gonna do this promotion right, and we're gonna teach y'all how to fucking be wrestlers.
That sounds like something from fucking Impact.
Well,
hold on.
It could have worked in Impact at some point, but they didn't.
No, I actually think Doc's on to something when he says that, but my thing is have an exit plan. And what I mean by that is don't do the NWO type shit where you really have no exit plan for it. So if you're going to, because I've heard Bischoff say that before, you know, when he originally formed the NWO, he didn't really have an exit plan. It was like, we're going to do this, and we did it. And then you get into it. And if you don't have an exit plan, ultimately it's like, well, shit, what were we doing? Yeah, it was great. And it launched off the freaking rocket launcher real good. In the launch pad, it shot up into space, but now it's just floating around, not doing nothing. So my point was, no, that's great. But like you always say, Harper, what you going to do next?
Right.
Like
what's next?
What's the steps? Like, and how do we get out of this? Because in the example Doc gives, we know Corny ain't going to want to do that shit weekly for 2 years straight, a year straight. There's got to be a natural progression and some type of exit, or else you end up like it is with Ronnie, where he won the title, lost to that Starcade, and then what the hell has he done since then?
Nothing.
I
mean, well, fuck. Where's Larry Zbyszko been? I haven't seen him in a while with that title.
I think he shed Baby Doll, but they didn't show it to us.
Okay.
Right.
Because I was thinking maybe you could have him feud with him and have him chase that Southern Heritage, whatever.
They fought it around with Zbyszko. I mean, he was cutting the promos on Dusty with the envelope, and that's shit just
true.
Poof.
Fuck yeah, it's true. Forgot about that shit.
I think Zbyszko just traded Baby Doll and entered Gary Hart's stable, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, forgot about that shit. The fucking envelope.
That envelope.
That envelope just poof. We're actually about to hear from Gary Hart in Al Perez, but I don't know, man. You got to have some direction. So the match that I just fast forwarded through was Al Perez and Mike Jackson. Al Perez won, obviously, and then we go to Gary Hart with Al Perez. Here that is.
Perez and Gary Hart, Mr. Hart. He still looks very good.
When you see him and Larry Zbyszko together, you have two consummate wrestlers. Their repertoire of holds and counter holds and what we have planned for the Crockett Cup, I feel we have as much chance as anyone else of getting by in Greensville on the 22nd and then to go on into Greensboro on the 23rd. And we have a real good shot at taking $500,000 apiece because Zbyszko, like Al Perez, is a fantastic wrestler. Second, not the most important, but right at the top of the list is one Dusty Rhodes. Now, we were told that when we made the inroads into the National Wrestling Alliance and the Crockett promotion, that we would have a shot at the United States heavyweight title. But now, all of a sudden, we're faced with one Nikita Koloff, one of the most devastating and powerful men in professional wrestling. Is it true that the National Wrestling Alliance is trying to protect its prima donna, Dusty Rhodes? Is it true that the National Wrestling Alliance and Crockett Promotion is trying to preserve the United States title by putting Nikita Koloff as a roadblock?
Wait a minute. Are you saying that he can't handle Nikita?
Oh, no.
Well, wait a minute.
No, David, that's one thing I'm here for.
No, don't put words
in
our mouth.
I'm here for competition and titles. The U.S. titles on my line. Dusty Rhodes, you want to put Nikita Koloff in there, you're a partner. Go right ahead, because I'm going to show you what wrestling's all about. You can't take nothing away from Nikita Koloff. He's a great wrestler with a great background. I'm here for business. Nikita, you want to get in the ring with me? Get in the ring with me. I'm going to beat you, then I'm coming for the title.
Let me answer this question. All right. We're not afraid of anyone, but it appears that the Crockett Promotion,
what are you worried about?
Because a deal is a deal, David. The deal was you come. Okay. Why is Dusty Rhodes still here after the baseball incident? Why is it that we go through Nikita before Dusty?
Baseball?
So who's afraid?
We'll talk
He just comes on the scene.
Who's afraid?
Nobody's
He's
afraid.
a legitimate
Jesus. He's afraid
contender,
of Nikita.
and I think all of you are
I'm going
afraid.
to beat Nikita,
trying
I'm going to say your name.
protect your
This is for
prima
David
donna.
Crockett.
We'll see.
One at a
We're
time,
not protecting
motherfucker.
nobody. I'm protecting his interest. We'll see who the best in the National Wrestling Alliance is.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, more action to come.
All right, hold on 1 second. I got to stop the Patreon video and restart the next one. All right, we're back rolling on the part 2 on the Patreon video. So, Harper, you got some thoughts on that?
Shut the fuck up. Just stand there and flex your muscles. That's all you got to do. Stand there and smile. You're like the pretty girl, like in fucking NASCAR when a guy wins the title. And they got the broad standing there with the shit that says like NASCAR and fucking Budweiser or something. That's all you gotta do. Stand there and fucking smile, motherfucker. That's your fucking job. Jesus. Let him do his thing. That's what he's there for. Because you can't talk. That's why he's there. If you could talk, he wouldn't be there. Fuck.
How many times do you think Harper has to sit the House of Harper members down on the Simpsons-looking couch and give this same speech? let me talk.
You wrestle, I can't wrestle. I talk, you can't talk. So I will talk and you will wrestle. It's not going to be the other way around. Fuck.
It's a symbiotic relationship, assholes.
Yeah, I mean, I can technically wrestle and you can technically talk too, but it wouldn't be good.
Alvarez kept butting in. Alvarez kept butting in. And Harper was over there getting hot.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He looks good. No, he looks like someone from like Dynasty or fucking Falcons.
I've got it. I was thinking the same thing, and I came with something for you, Harper. He looks like, remember in the 80s, Lorenzo Lamas.
Oh my God! From fucking from that shitty show Renegade, and then he was a soap opera star.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
He does. So
here's
and you know who he looks like now, or who looks like him? Seth Rollins looks like him.
A little bit,
to a certain extent. Yeah.
So here's my question: what one thing have we seen Al Perez and Gary Hart do yet that's heelish, other than just want a shot?
Well, Gary Hart's not that type of manager. He just stands.
That's what makes it great. It's implied evil.
Mm-hmm.
You're waiting for him to strike, but he hasn't shown you his cards yet. That's great.
Yeah. I could. Yeah.
What do you think Gary Hart said to him when they got to the bat?
Motherfucker, put a muzzle on your fucking ass. That's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm going to put a muzzle on you. Put like one of them fucking gag balls.
Man.
I thought he was doing that either last week or the first week.
He was. My note was, does any manager wrestler combo in the history of wrestling interrupt each other more than these two? Because Gary Hart doesn't stop either. He's like, I'm not going to stop because I'm good at this.
Yeah, I don't blame Gary at all. I just Al should have just kind of just not talked. I mean, you rarely see JJ and Tully or JJ and Arn or JJ and Rick do that to each other. And when they do, it's conversational where one's saying something and the other one will answer and vice versa. You rarely see that with JJ. You never see it with the Midnight because Corny's always the one talking.
Yeah.
But it's God, Harper was getting hot. He was getting frustrated during it. He's like, dude, shut up.
He fucking ruined it. He ruined the whole fucking thing.
All right, Doc, as we keep going, I have a question for you because JJ is about to repeat himself. Did you want me to play this part?
No, not this one.
Yeah, because he just repeats himself. Basically, he just repeats. Dusty's wrong. He attacked Tully. Then he struck Jimmy Crockett Jr. in the ribs. And then they replay at that point. Doc, your earpiece is too close to your mouth or something because I can hear you breathing the whole time. But anyway,
I'm starting to get a little blown up, I got to tell you.
Okay. They replay Magnum and Tully approaching him and, of course, the brawl and all that ensues. And then I got a promo I'm going to play from Tully Blanchard as he's going to give his take on this whole thing that he's really pissed off about. So let's go to that. Here it is.
All right, Tully, what do you have to say now?
You know, David Crockett, it's pretty hard to watch that. You know, everybody talk about the great thing last Sunday live on TBS. Titles are won and lost. I've lost titles and I've won them. I've beat Dusty Rhodes more times than any man alive, JJ. Pinned his shoulders 1, 2, 3. I take adversity and I overcome it. That's why I'm one of the horsemen. That's why the horsemen are what the horsemen are. We overcome adversity. And we're going to overcome this. Yeah, we're a little bit embarrassed. Whatever. Pat you on the back, Wyndham Luger. You did something nobody else could do for a year. But you got to hold on to him, and we're coming after him. Now, Dusty Rhodes, the hero to all the children. Is that what you want them to see? You coming out here and attacking somebody with a baseball bat? Well, Dusty Rhodes, we're going to take care of you. Because you know, you can think throughout time in your wrestling career, you have been the master of psych out. And you use the mind and the mental things, and you blow people up before they ever set foot in the ring to wrestle you. But you've done one thing wrong. You made that one mistake, that great big mistake you've never made in your whole entire career. You came out here on national television and you assaulted someone with a weapon. Not in the ring, not in a match, not anything. And with this man's brain and money and the horseman's resources, you, Dusty Rhodes, are going to be suspended because he's got the power and the means, and we got the lawyer powers and the brain powers, and you, my friend, are going to finally feel the wrath of the horseman. We've been trying to put you out physically for years. But we're going to do it the smart way. Just like they got Al Capone. They didn't get him for killing people and everything. They got him on tax evasion, but he still got.
You know, we've discussed this thing many times. Mr. Blanchard and I both feel that differences should be settled inside the ring. And it was a real touchy situation because the American Dream dug himself a hole. And we said to ourselves, do we allow him to crawl out of the hole and settle differences in the ring? Or do we kick dirt on him while he's down there, see this thing through and get him suspended for life? He's fooled us too many times and came back when he's back against the wall. This time he's dug a hole so deep, we're just going to keep sticking the dirt on top of you. You've done it this time. We've seen the last of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and we're going to see
a great farewell to Dusty Rhodes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express coming up next.
I don't know about you, but sounds like they're pretty confident that Dusty's going home. Harper, what do you think?
I thought Tully should have had a bandage on his head, because he got beat with a baseball bat. He should have kind of had, been fucking bandaged up or, a neck brace or something.
Neck brace. Ambulance chasing neck brace. People coming back to bend.
Neck brace. Like, remember when Corny got beat up by Bob Armstrong and he was in bed and Jimmy Del Rey and Dr. Tom around him with the stuffed animals but Corny was all bandaged up and had his arm in a cast or sling or whatever. Tully should have did that even if he wasn't hurt.
Yeah, because he got beat with a baseball bat.
Yeah, you're right, Harper. That would have had a better visual to it. I agree. Doc, what did you think about Tully right there?
They got the lawyer power, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
They didn't call Morris Bart.
Anything else, Doc?
No, I had a little run-in from the Squids when you were
I heard.
doing that.
Cool.
So, yeah.
One of these days, we'll get Lola Trell on again. How's that sound?
Man, he's almost developed at 7 enough cuss words to just be the fourth man in the booth.
We can't let him on air. Cursing, man. They'll be calling CPS on you.
He's got pretty much all the ones that won't start a fight down. So
it's great. That's nice. All right, let's keep going.
Well, I can only imagine how foul-mouthed your offspring is now that he's 14.
If he does, he doesn't say it around me.
Yeah.
I'm sure he uses it in school.
Oh, yeah, dude. When he's around his fucking buddies, bro.
Yeah,
the filter comes off.
Right. He just don't do it around me or his mom because, we ain't having it. But, yeah, when he's around his friends, I know he does it. I mean, I actually heard him slipping saying a certain banned word in this household to one of his friends.
Was it welfare reform?
Y'all are stupid. We're a political free zone. Come on.
Okay,
now.
Well, here's a political conspiracy. Harper, have you heard the latest that birds are a work?
Birds?
Yeah.
Like birds flying around?
Yeah.
All right.
There's Flat Earth and all those people. Well, there's a group now that says, they've been out for a couple of years, actually, but I just now found out about it. They said that basically the CIA and FBI got tired of birds pooping on their stuff and killed all birds. And now the birds you see are really spies that are watching everything we do.
That sounds like the X-Files had an episode like that where they used it was fucking cockroaches and the aliens used like they were like robot cockroaches, and that's how they would spy on us and fucking learn our tactics and our ways was through cockroaches.
Well, that got me thinking that, you had an incident and a run-in with a bird that was a duck. Maybe the duck wasn't a real duck.
It was a fucking fed.
It was the feds, and they're on to you, and maybe you should.
Oh, fuck.
Maybe you're right. What did you do? You had period sex with some girl.
Period sex. That's disgusting. I guess you just close your eyes and just think of something else.
Well, I would suggest that you might want to use that blood as a lubricant for the other hole that's down there.
Whoa, Michael.
Don't throw me in this. I ain't got nothing to do with this discussion. That's y'all two foul-mouthed bastards.
Disgusting.
Says the guy who was fucking spritzing with squirt not a year ago.
Well, hey, you do what you got to do, right?
Did she still send you pictures? The squirter?
No. Fuck, I was going through my phone, and I was like, who the hell is this? I was like, oh, I remember you. I gotta delete you.
You're the one who made me take a trip to the clinic.
You're the one that made my balls itch for a week.
Nice.
Have you been back to the bar that you picked her up in?
Yeah. Yeah, she hasn't been. Yeah, she was just she was a tourist in town to get Harperized.
She had to tour your nuts.
She got exactly what she wanted. Put that on a postcard.
Can we go to Jim Cornette now?
Go ahead.
Yeah, nobody's stopping.
Let's go to Corny.
Okay, we're back on Super Station TBS. Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross. The action has been at a fever pitch here today. And speaking of a fever, what's this all about? Oh, okay.
You know something?
I know what it's
The Fantastics are not happy campers. What do you do to a juvenile delinquent to teach him a lesson? You give him a little whipping, brother. You take his pants down and you give him a whipping. I told everybody, Greensboro Coliseum Clash of the Champions, the Fantastics and the Midnight Express was going to be the dadgumdest fight that anybody had ever seen. And at the end of the thing, there wasn't a piece of furniture standing up or a fan in the stand sitting down, brother. And the proof of the pudding of what happened is when you look at the Fantastics. They're standing out here black and blue from head to toe, busted nose, fat lip. They were bleeding from every orifice of their body. But what's more, Tommy Rogers got carted off after that thing to the hospital to have his face x-rayed to see just how bad it really was bashed in. But you know something? Bobby Fulton, you were the sweetest music that I have ever heard because you were so desperate to get out of that beating. You grabbed the referee, you threw him over the top rope, you got yourselves disqualified. But then Bobby Fulton, Bobby Eaton, he grabbed your arms, and Sweet Stan Lane, he grabbed your legs, and they stretched you out over that top rope. And I took this belt right here, and I brought this leather down across your back time after time after time, raising those big, juicy red welts, bringing that blood up to the surface, taking the hide straight off your back, punk. That's what I did to you with this belt. And the best thing of it all is when Bobby Fulton looked up at me with those tears welling up in his eyes, and he started crying. And he was screaming, "Oh, Tommy! Oh, Tommy! Oh, Tommy! You were screaming for your best friend to come and save you from this." But Bobby Fulton, your best friend, Tommy Rogers, was out on that floor, beat up so bad he didn't know where he was, and he wasn't going to save nobody that day. And the next time the Fantastics and the Midnight Express meet, there ain't going to be nobody to save you, Fantastics. We started teaching you the lesson of your lives. And, brother, the next time, we're going to finish it once and for all. And if there's no skin left on your box when we do, well, that's just too bad. Ladies and gentlemen, still the United States Tag Team Champions.
So he's gloating about the whooping they gave the Fantastics at the Clash when they beat the piss out of him with the straps. Doc, you got anything from Corny right there?
I think it's a little bit different promo from him, though. It was a little more vicious and to the point, not just hyperbole. It was, we're going to whoop your ass because we're going to do it again like we just did it. And boy, did they ever.
Yeah, and I got something else I want to play from him in a second that Harper's going to pop on. Harper, do you have anything from him right there before I keep going?
Nah, it was kind of a fuck. Look how I beat that belt.
Well, speaking of that belt, the Midnight Express are in there against Trent Knight and Tony Suber. Tony Suber is an African-American man, and of course the Midnight Express are going to win this match because, you know, they're up there with two enhancement talents. With that said, I got to go to Jim Cornette right now and play a small snippet of a soundbite from something that he says. Here it is.
300 pounds. You better leave him alone.
You better get both of your guys to hold him.
What are they going to do here now? Now, what are you doing?
Oh.
Bobby just punched Tony Suber.
You got to get control of these guys. I'm telling you right now. Look at that. Flying mare right on the concrete.
The only reason I didn't whip that guy right there is because I want to see stripes and I wasn't sure I could see him. But let me tell you this. Bobby Fulton.
Did y'all hear what he said?
No, it's cutting out like a sumbitch.
The only reason he didn't whip that guy, being Tony Suber, is because he would want to see stripes, and he wasn't sure he would see him if he hit him.
That's nice because he's black.
Yes.
There's your role model.
That's classy, isn't it?
What a class act.
You know what's funny is somebody on social media will use that and call Cornette a racist because he did that.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Yeah, aren't there other examples from Corny's past that could be more apropos for if you're going to make that argument?
There are, but I mean,
not that I would. I don't. And even if he was, I think Corny has seen if he did have an error in his ways, I think he has seen them, and in 2019 would not be that way.
Well, you know, people will pull up audio from 40 years ago.
We all grow.
Yeah.
We're all here to share and to grow.
But he's a heel, damn it. Shit. All right. So anyway, I had to play that quick soundbite from him. The Midnight win. Doc, you got anything from it?
No. That was my only note. That's a rough move right there, though.
Yes.
That was a precursor to the total elimination.
The Spam Slam of the week goes to Hawk. We'll see that in a second. The Varsity Club didn't come out. Rotunda, Steiner, Sullivan. 6-man match. They defeat Bob Riddle, George South, and Larry Davis. The Varsity Club, they just abused their opponents. There's no really other way to put it during that match. Doc, you have anything?
We need to get to this promo.
We really do. I'm going to assume Harper's got nothing from that match, too.
No. He didn't even watch it. Let's break kayfabe on this.
Harper didn't watch it? That part of it?
I watched it.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Trying to call him out. What are you doing, man? Yeah, we got to get to this promo. Listen closely. Sullivan is just... He's a dick, but I'll let you all be the judge.
The Varsity Club with the games master, Kevin Sullivan.
I want to get right to the point of the matter. Everybody knows that when I say something, it comes true.
Shut over there!
You see, I've had something eating in my craw for years. Jimmy Garvin came out here and said, the Varsity Club couldn't hurt Jimmy Garvin because he was in love with somebody. Well, I want everybody to listen this real clear. The woman he calls Precious, her name is Patty.
Well.
And that's Patty with an I. She's always been Patty to me, and she'll always be Patty. You see, she was Patty to me before Jimmy was ever gorgeous. You see, it happens every day in real life. And, Garvin, you said at one time that the demon was outside the door and you were going to keep him away. Well, last Sunday in Greensboro, for the first time in my life, someone actually took the coat hanger away from me and put it around my own neck. And that was Patty. And when she grabbed that coat hanger with all the strength that she had and pulled me down and the breath of life was going out of me, I heard her say, I can't do it. You see, Jimmy Garvin, once I touch anybody, they're mine forever. So, April 22nd, and the Prince of Darkness death match, you and I face one another. And Jimmy Garvin, the demon that you were so afraid of letting in the back door, now lays beside you at night. Just remember this, Jimmy. She was always my Patty. She's not Precious. She will come back someday.
And there's no tournament we can't win.
These guys are nuts.
Doc, you couldn't wait to get to this. What do you have from Sullivan right there? Doc, you on mute?
No. I'm here, pal. Don't try to shut me up. You can't silence me. Are we just going to come out next week and just give everybody shoot name? I mean, Gary Hart's called him Virgil Runnels. Now we're going with Patty. I mean, shit. What's next?
Don't forget the Varsity Club has called each other by their shoot names too.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But I like the line, man, when he said, when I touch someone, they're mine forever. That's some Kevin Sullivan right there.
That's some devilish shit, boy.
Yeah, buddy. You're Patty. You're not Precious. You're my Patty.
Which was code word for I banged the brakes off her ass.
Right.
Before you ever had her.
That's not classy.
That's what he was meaning when he said it.
He left.
Maybe in that air freshener, it's not air freshener, it's squirt. She runs around spraying her squirt everywhere.
Come on. What are you, 12 years old?
Right. Grow the fuck up.
No. We're not going to turn this around on me now.
What are you, 6? Jesus Christ, man.
Y'all were thinking it.
Anything else, Doc?
Look at this jabroni.
Which one?
Yeah, good point.
Anything else, Doc?
I got to say I quit watching at this point.
So what Doc is talking about is They show a quick match. It's Ivan Koloff who defeats Curtis Thompson. Poor Ivan. And then they show Paul Jones and the Powers of Pain out there, and Jones runs his mouth for about 2 minutes. And, I actually don't hate Paul Jones like y'all do. But
I don't hate him.
I don't hate anyone.
Right.
You.
But he's just kind of out there wasting some time or filling some time, and I don't know, man. I just feel like give Ivan the mic and let him speak for these guys. That was my comment. Doc, did you have anything else?
Paul Jones is the loyal soldier who's going to get a check till he dies, but that doesn't mean I want to watch it.
That's true, huh?
Yeah. Okay, so then it's time to hand out some Rolexes and rate this thing. Doc, you want to go first with a Rolex?
Okay, I don't mind doing that. So with the Rolex, I had some contenders here, pal. I thought Corny cut a nice, vicious promo. Kevin Sullivan cut a nice promo. Arn cut a promo that deserved it. JJ was great. Luger actually stepped up a bit. And Rick's in there, but man, Rick was popping pills and talking about banging broads and Ric Flair, pal.
All right. Hopper, who you giving your Rolex to?
I gotta give it to fucking JJ again. I'm giving it to fucking JJ for really fucking grabbing this shit by the horns and making it his. To me, I feel like he's like made this his deal.
I think it'd be funny if the babyfaces came out and said, why is he doing this? Why don't we talk about the fact that JJ cost Arn and Tully the tag belts? He's just doing this to get the heat off of him.
Then they're gonna say, why you gotta bring up old shit?
Right. See, what had happened was
well, to show y'all how strong of an episode this was with the promos, I'm going with Arn because he once again told no lies when he said, when we do it, it's a criminal act. But when Dusty does it, he's just the American dream. So Arn is getting it.
I just hope for like the next couple of weeks we don't keep hearing these same promos.
Oh no! We're about
Dusty's
to get
an asshole, and okay. So when's Dusty make his? Does he, give his, get a fucking word in? Does he defend himself or what?
I don't remember, but I think on next week they go to the board of directors and Dusty is there and kind of says something, and then they're like, the ruling has come down and Dusty, this is going to happen to you. So
okay,
I won't spoil it, but yeah, I mean, he says a few things, but yeah, this doesn't go on for weeks and weeks.
All right.
The ruling happens and then the most ridiculous thing comes after that, which is, you'll see.
All right.
Anyway, so I got to go Arn. I'll rate it. I'm giving this shit an A. I loved it. This was good. Lots of solid promos. Shit talking greatness. What Saturday night should be. Wrestling the way it used to be and wrestling the way I like it. Which should really be shit talking the way it used to be and shit talking the way I like it. Now that I think about it. Doc, what are you rating it?
Man, it's got personal issues. It's got violence. It's got shit talking. It's why I do this. So I'm going to give it an A.
Yeah.
What you giving it, Hopper?
I'm going to give it an A as well. I mean, even though it's kind of like the same promos from fucking last time when fucking Arn dropped that promo, that sounded fucking great. Fucking Rick fucking dropped a great one. And even though they're all talking about the same subject, they add their own spice to it.
And
amen.
We're getting dangerously close to baseball season.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. We certainly
sweet Braves.
Harper, this is gonna drop a couple of days before the next Wildcat show at Butch Dewey Gym in Kenner.
That's right.
So August the 3rd.
August 3rd, dog.
7 p.m. bell time, right?
That's right.
What you got going on there? What's the House of Harper gonna be doing there?
You gotta wait and find out.
That's really talking in the building, pal.
Well,
He said it all the time. Leave him alone, Doc. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Harper, I'm going to get him riled up. How can they find out information? Where do they need to go on Facebook?
Okay, go on Facebook /Wildcat with a K .org.com Facebook.
Holy shit.
What?
My computer just came on.
Well, it's a little late for that, but okay.
It ran for 3.5 hours and then just popped. I heard the noise. It just popped on. Let's do the show.
Been doing an update, man.
Let's do the show.
That long?
I don't know, man. Doc is a cheap bastard. He talks about me, but he gets fucking $50 laptops, and then he wonders why they got viruses and all kind of bullshit with them.
I live in the big house on the big side of town, and it ain't about spending $1,000 on a laptop. And you know what else? If you want me to cut a real Arn Anderson promo, nobody's going to do a GoFundMe for me to get a laptop replacement like they did you. So I got to fucking live out here in this world to make things happen.
Yeah, dick.
Harper, how do they find Wildcat on Facebook? I was trying to feed the promo.
He can't cut a promo on this shit. I don't even think he works for Wildcat.
I don't think I do either. Go on Facebook, type in Wildcat with a K, and all your answers will be all your questions will be answered.
All right.
If you play your cards right.
Doc, you got anything else for?
Message Luke Hawks.
Oh, send Luke a DM.
DM Luke Hawks.
He'll answer them for you, right? Get back to you right away.
Yes.
Doc, you got anything before we get out of here?
I don't know. We can keep going, man. I'm feeling fresh. Our new strategy of keeping me fresh. I'm ready for the finish. What's the finish? Let's go to the finish. I'm ready. What are we going to do?
Let's go to the finish. Harper, hit the tagline and take us home.
Book it, bitch.
Before we get out of here, I want to shout out a couple of people, friends of the show. Also want to shout out some Patreon members and thank them for their patronage. Before I do all that, like I said, a couple of friends of the show and podcasts that we hope you support. Check out the Wrestling Podcast About Nothing with Brian Malonis from ROH and Mike Crockett. They do their show every single Monday. Monday mornings the shows drop. They talk current and classic wrestling, along with some indie stuff too, but it's a good show. They're friends of mine, so please support them because they support us. Also, check out Our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast, run by buddies of mine, Joe Murata and Michael Quinn, as they give their take on the northern side of pro wrestling's history. Slightly classier, definitely more professional than we are. Thank you, Joe and Quinn, for all of your plugs. We appreciate it. Also, check out the Bottom Line Cast with Mike Prue and JV. They do their show. I believe their shows are dropping on Wednesdays these days. I keep forgetting, but they're basically breaking down the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin. So check out Mike and JV as they do their thing. Great show. And also Mike and JV do the ECW Extreme Livecast on our Patreon feed at the $5 level. So good guys doing some good work, and I appreciate it, Mike and JV. Thank you for all of your support. And like I said, I want to thank all the Patreon members out there for their support and patronage. We really appreciate it. We do 2 shows a week that are free. And then in addition to that, we do more because of you guys, and we appreciate that. So thanks for supporting this show. It's definitely a great thing that you do for us and supporting us. I mean, I can't say it enough. I'm eternally grateful for all the patrons we have. And as I'm talking about being eternally grateful, shout out to the Hall of Fame patrons. Kevin Carter, Michael Angel, Bob Richards, Rocky Suazo, Christopher Champer, Will Harkey, Robbie Dyson, Rick Beebe, Brad Duneifen, Tom Schlegel, Coach Joey Chase, a.k.a. Willie Chase, Steve Malbasa, LaRon Brown, Kenny Byersdorf, Glenn Abbott, at GA WrestleNut on Twitter, Bobby Murray, Marlon Mueller, a.k.a. at Half Pints Point. Keep cutting them promos, kid. I know you would love when I say that. Josh Warren, Everett Starr, Mike Childrey, Kyle Riley, Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie, Craig Norman, Johnny on Patreon, the great John Dean at YRC21, Josh Dunn, Ryan in Auburn, at Ryan in Auburn, that is, on Twitter. Good old Justin, Robert Smith, Joseph Ice, Tim Moretti, Adam Price, Brian Evans, Mark Wilson, Armando Martinez, David Jordan, Jesse Jacobs, Josh Fields, Chris Myers, Gerald Green, Mitchell Johnson, Mike Prue, Will Parker, Jeremy Bryant, Classy Alex, David DeVries, Frog Zeppelin, SV Pageant, Bill Salsa, Big Rich, at Spy Boy Sports Cap, R.E. Miller 39, Jay Shiny, Ruben Espinoza, Merciless Jones, Jesse Lucas, Chris Browning, Justin Andretti, Coleman 822, Marty Howell, T-Hog94, and God Bold Unreal. Thanks for being Hall of Fame patrons. That list is getting longer and longer, and I appreciate it. Thank you for your patronage, and thank you for being Hall of Fame patrons and supporting this show and everything we do. That's all I got. Thank you again, guys. We appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day and week and whenever, or month, or whenever you're listening to this. Thank you very much. And like Harper always says before we get out of here, book it, bitch.